racing fans, this is track announcer Peter Galassi at Running Aces with driver Jason Ryan using our helmet cam for the third race on Tuesday, August 27th. Ryan, you're driving a horse called Ben and Ale in this race, and this, I believe, is the first time that you're driving him, correctly?
Correct.
One thing that I complimented you over the microphone the other night was you really seem to pick a horse up the first time you've driven a horse. I've noticed that with a lot of horses that you're driving. Now, obviously you read the program before the race each night, correct?
Yep.
Okay, and you have a general idea what you're going to do?
I try and map out how my trip's going to go down, for sure.
Okay, and then you already know what you're going to do, so then what happens when all of a sudden at the start more horses left than you thought?
There's always a plan B,
okay,
and you can always try and factor in that stuff too.
Okay, now we were talking before this race that you actually drove the horse that another horse in this race, Goody Two Socks, who won the previous week with you driving.
Yeah,
okay,
it was my first time on him.
And Gene Miller trained both horses here, and he decided to put you on Ben and Ale, hopefully to get him a win. Now, Ben and Ale also will be racing on our closing night here in the Minnesota races. So right now you're getting ready to go to the gate. What's going through your mind?
More or less just looking around, see how everyone's looking, if no one's on the run or gapping off the gate, and you're just kind of hoping everything plays out how I like it to.
Now, it'll show later in the tape for those of you watching at home. Do you ever take time to pause to look at great sunsets and the different views and things like that?
Sometimes in post-parade you'll look up and you just look at the fans or talk to someone. A lot of people like to chirp at you.
Now, is there a lot of talking here at Running Aces between the drivers on the track?
Not too much, no. Like, there's a couple things, just in case someone drove that horse before, look them up, hey, watch that horse, or something like that.
All right, we're getting ready for the start of the race. The starting gate's going to pull away. Now, the inside horse, Goody Two Socks, is going for the lead. Then you come away here second. Now, you're talking here. What do you think?
I'm saying, you better hurry up, or I'm going to be going for the front, because the one horse was trying to close the two-hole, and I want the trip behind that horse.
All right, so you wanted the two-hole trip behind Goody Two Socks, a horse that you know that you drove the week before.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was your plan going into this race.
100%.
Okay. Now you're just sitting here 1-2. You can tell the judge of the pace every race, can't you?
Yeah, most times you can. Yeah, sometimes the odd one will get by you.
Okay. Now I don't think any of the drivers today, like the old timers did back in the day, you don't carry a stopwatch, do you?
No, you look at the teletimer.
Right.
You usually can tell.
Right now, all the tracks have the timers for the quarter, the half, and the three-quarters, so that's a good thing. Now you're coming into the finish wire the first time. There's the tote board. There's people yelling and screaming, hoping that you're going to win. One thing I mentioned to you, and I noticed here on the tape watching, you can really tell after the half how fast the pace picks up.
Yeah. A lot of people will go to try and back a half down on you around here, and then sprint the next little bit on you. But most times, if you can keep your horse brave, like I'm trying to right up on this guy's helmet, to keep him right in the race instead of gapping out and getting tired.
Now Rick McGee's moving up alongside of you, so that's not a problem for you unless he goes on by. So how do you tell when the pace is slowing down or the horse in front of you is getting tired?
It's like an instinct. Most times you can watch your driver. Like, I know Rick's all done here. Like, I'm going to get room late, I figured anyway. So I didn't even worry about trying to go up the passing lane. I figured I'd get out to the outside and let them pass that way. Okay,
you just went three-quarters. You're turning home for the stretch. Now, what's your decision? I know there was an old saying, going in and out. What's your decision here to go out rather than inside in the open stretch?
A lot of times, especially horses like this that are a little younger, all that, will pass more on the outside than going to the inside. And the passing lane here isn't very fast either. It takes a lot out of a horse to get up that.
You might be too young to remember. I think the old saying was 1 out, 2 in. If there's 2 horses in front of you, you try and duck to the inside. There's a horse coming up the open stretch. You finished second here behind Goody Two Socks.
Yeah.
With Ben and Ale.
Yeah.
So we thank Jason Ryan. Hope you enjoyed the race.
Thanks.